Devam Kangshachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnang Bande Jagadigurum Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I salute Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who is the son of Vasudeva, who is the destroyer of demons, Kangso and Chanura, which is the delight of Mother Devaki, who is the leader of the Guru of the whole world, Jagat Guru. That Sri Krishna we salute. Om peace, peace, peace. So, we will be reading today verse number 4 on page 23. Just to recapitulate, we have read the 3 verses. The verse number 1, where we talked about what is verse number 1. It says that Athato Bhakting Bhakkhasam. First verse. Now, here, now, therefore, we shall teach or talk about what is called bhakti, devotion. So who said that? Narada said that before starting the book, verse number 1. Verse number 2, we have read. What is that bhakti? Sha, bhakti, is the female gender. That because sweetness, softness, love, that is expressed. That's why it is called sa. That, sha, but that, tu, but that. Not here. Take out that back. Yeah. Put it there. Sa, tu, but, sa tu, that, but that bhakti is tu asmin parama prema rupa, to parama prema of the supreme love. That what is bhakti? We love. That defined as Bhakti Sutra means is love. Narada's way of divine love. So this bhakti is what? It is asmin, in this. Here is the Catholicity of Narada, not the dualistic people who sometimes speaks about bhakti. It is only in Krishna. They don't say like that. It is in that. That means you may have a Rama, you have a Krishna, you may think of God as form, where God as the infinite aspect, Satchidananda. That is the, Narada didn't say, it is specifically this. And here comes their distinction. Most of the people make a mistake and they think it is only in Krishna. The whole book will be twisted that way. But it is universal, God. Simply say God. And God in which aspect you decide. God may be Christian God. God may be Islam God. God may be, but you have love. What Ramakrishna came in this age to emphasize, love God, that is the point. Don't talk much. My philosophy, my religion, my this, that. Love God, love God, love God. So this is the tremendous love, paramo, supreme love, not ordinary love, passionate love, intoxicating love, which does not care for anything but God. That's why when anyone becomes mad like that, Ramakrishna said, mad, can you be mad? Ramakrishna said that everyone becomes mad for earthly things, money, wealth, prosperity, material gain, material loss, car. All these are our attraction. But who is mad for God? Ramakrishna said everyone sheds buckets of water, jar full of tears, cry, cry. Oh, he said, he destroyed my peace. Oh, he took away my money. People cry for that. My son does not look at me. My daughter is like that. This is this, that is that. Yeah, we cry for that. But Ramakrishna said, who cries for God? People shed jarfuls of tears. No? We do that. We are human. That's why we do that. But this is not that. That the same intensity multiplied. That should be the love. That love knows no bound. So satvas mean that supreme love, intense attraction. That is we are talking about bhakti. Bhakti is that. Third verse. Achha, if I have that, what shall I gain? What is the nature of bhakti? If I fall in love with God and I be intense, shall I not be a loser? I give up my material prosperity, joy, fun and everything, and you are saying extreme love for God. I don't see Him. So what will happen? I don't think. If you have that love will give you a feeling of nectar. You will feel it is nectar, like you are full of bliss. You don't need anything. You don't need anybody. It is such fulfilling. That joy, that love, which is we are deserving, we are craving for. Then he says, now today we read, no, third we have read the other day. It is of the nature Amrita Swarupa Cha. It is of the nature of Amrita. Amrita means once you take a taste of that, you become immortal. Mortality, death, suffering, disease, they vanish from that. So it is a state where it is only nectar-like. Fourth, today we start here. And what happens? This is ideal. Suppose you attain that bhakti, what will happen? What will you gain? Yallabdha puman siddho bhavati amrito bhavati tripto bhavati. Beautiful three definitions have been given. Yallabdha. Labdha means attaining. Attaining that bhakti, that supreme love, attaining that, what will happen? You said that it is on nectar-like. But attaining that, if any person who attains that bhakti will be siddha. Siddha means he becomes perfected. We are imperfect. He becomes perfect. All imperfections go away. As human being, we are all imperfection. No? Because Brahman, the pure Atman, added with ignorance, is what I am, what you are. So this is a bundle of imperfection. But if you attain that bhakti, you become perfect. Because in you, only purity, only love, only divinity, only unconditional giving, a state of perfect joy will surround. You will be passionate to serve people, to give peace to people. Your ego, your selfishness, your meanness, your unkindness, all this negative thing will be imperfection, all imperfection will go away. First quality will come. Jal labdhva, memorize. Young labdhva, jal labdhva, puman means a person, human being. Siddho bhavati becomes, attain this goal. Siddha means also. Siddha means, ordinary sense, in our ordinary Sanskrit sense, Siddha means you put potato in, boil it, and it becomes, when you boil it, what it becomes?
Soft.
It becomes soft. ঠিক আছে, he will come and sit here. So that chair is there. No. ওখানে একটা আছে. You can sit here, take the chair here. Okay? Okay. but you cannot see. No. Take us. Now got it. Now leave it. No one is coming more. Be comfortable. So, Siddha means, suppose, Siddha means like, ripened. Like the mango we are eating now. When it comes mango, raw mango, unripened, it does not taste. People like, those who like sour, and they put with salt and this and chili and this and that. You make it. That's a worldly thing. Same mango, you are making worldly. By its intrinsic nature, by when this mango becomes real mango, paka, we call siddha. That's why he becomes so sweet. You like more eating another piece more. If you get a good quality mango. So siddha, if you are a bhakta, your love generates, then you will be like sweet mango. If we find sweet mangoes, as we feel like eating now, and you put it in your mouth, wow. So that will be the bhakti. Labdhva, if one attains bhakti, what you are talking about, that bhakti if you attain, you will be a source of sweetness, and you will be a perfected soul. You will be boiled, or what you call and what is the nature of a boiled potato? Raw potato is hard and not tasteful. You cannot eat. But boiled potato, yes, it is soft and is nutritional. It gives you sustenance. So see, this is the difference between we are a raw potato.
Except hard-boiled egg.
But boil you need, don't need hard. But even if it is boiled egg also, you see, you can eat them. Of course, many people eat raw. I saw in our early days, people used to say raw egg is much better than boiled, no? So there is a science people used to see. But no, many people will not be attracted to that. But if it is boiled perfectly, in a sense, so it becomes eatable and enjoyable. So the spiritual life, devotion, is such, when you grow, you become like a siddha. Siddha means boiled, siddha means perfected, siddha means attained. You have reached the goal, and that attainment, you become saturated with that fulfillment, perfection in that person. That's why Ramakrishna said, a perfected soul, no? What is called Jivan Mukta. They are perfected soul. Real bhakta. Look at that. Mirabai, their love for God has become a legendary thing for ages together till thousands of years past. No? So all the mystics who loved God, see, their mundane life is gone. The mundane life of many of the saints, they are born with some negativities, rawness in them, hardness, and they become saint and sweet and a blessing to the world. Billamangal, Saint Paul. Saul becomes Paul. No? So he was a human, imperfected, and a glance came, and he became Saint Paul. No? So that transformation happened. That is the one. Jallagdha puman siddho bhavati. Not only siddho, then he becomes amrita. He himself becomes a source of nectar, like his presence gives joy to others. His glance gives peace to others. His touch gives spiritual awakening to others. Only, and they live like a support of people like M came to Ramakrishna, who is intoxicated in this supreme love, devotion, no? Living example. He came to commit suicide. That was his mood. And that same M first saw Ramakrishna with that touch, what happened? He excelled everything and became the example to the whole world. The whole world is feeding nectar. No? Because of gospel, how many people in the world have been benefited by thousands and thousands? No? So, amrito, amrito bhavati. And then again saying, what will happen? He'll be tripto bhavati. Tripto means what? Satisfied. You don't need any more. Nothing in the world is such. You eat mango today, very quality mango, but after 4 hours again hunger comes. Then your again desire comes. I ate that. But something now to get more. There is no tripti, there is no satisfaction. Any sensate experience, sensate joy, eating, seeing, listening some music, smelling some beautiful fragrance, getting the touch, all these sensate experiences are mortal. It has a momentary existence. It gives satisfaction for seconds. Then the dissatisfaction goes away. Even if you get continuously, even suppose one wants to eat mango, his room is filled with mango. Mango, 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 you eat. What will happen? Then you will be so much disgusted with mango afterwards. The same, eating too much of mango, you say, I don't want to eat anymore. So there is no tripti, there is no satisfaction. That is the way of the worldly joy, worldly peace. And this devotion, he will be perfectly satisfied. So you will not feel that they have anything to attain. That means once you attain, what is to be attained? Not have nothing more to attain. So this verse we will read today. So major idea is that 3 qualities. If you attain bhakti, devotion, then you will be reaching this unique characteristic. Labdva, you can memorize. That's why these are called sutras. You need not have to read the whole book, but you remember only this sutra, this only thread of connection with the thoughts, no? Labdva, puman, siddho bhavati, siddho, perfected, boiled, soft, tripto, then siddho bhavati, tripto bhavati, last. Tripto will be last. What is the second one? You see? Siddho bhavati, amrito bhavati, tripto bhavati. 3. Siddho bhavati, amrito bhavati, tripto bhavati. Yanlabdva, puman, siddho bhavati, tripto bhavati, amrito bhavati, siddho bhavati, amrito bhavati, tripto bhavati. Now you can just develop that idea in you, and compare what you feel in the world and what this love for God can give you. And it is all are hankering for love, no? How people talk about, no one there for me to love. But you are the source of love. There is Amrit. You forget that. You want to get love from outside? What nonsense. Love is not outside. You are the fountain of love. Only you have to reach that by our practice, bhakti practice. So, the quality, first they are describing about these wonderful traits and qualities. So, go to the page 23 of the base where is aphorism 4 starts. So, this English translation, here is no Sanskrit, but we have referred to the Sanskrit. Again, what is the Sanskrit? Who can say? Yang labdva, say, yang labdva, yang labdva, labdva, yang labdva, puman. Puman means a person, no? Siddho bhavati. Siddho bhavati, amrito bhavati, and tripto bhavati. Wonderful. Siddho bhavati, amrito bhavati, tripto bhavati. They become fully saturated with that tripti. I don't need anything. I am saturated. I am saturated. I don't. When it becomes saturated, if you add something, it cannot take anymore. Saturation, that's why it's called in chemistry, saturation point. If you reach a point of saturation, say you start putting in a cup of water, glass of water, no? You put one grain of sugar, another grain of sugar, another grain of... What first grain you put, what happens? It dissolves. Second grain dissolves. Go on, go on. A point comes, you cannot add anymore. It becomes crystallized, saturated. Because every nook and corner is only sugar. So you become sugar. Because taking the name of God is like sugar drops. Every day, put. The water will turn to a rock candy. And in the rock candy, you see your God talking to you. First you take one drop of name, your mantra, you put it into the cup of mind. You don't find, where did it go? I am taking the name of Lord, where did it go? Where is its effect? Nothing felt. That's why they say, pour on, on. And when it will be perfected, it will be perfected, it will be soft, saturated, it is all nectar, amrito bhavati and tripto bhavati. You have no dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction word is not in the what in the life of a realized person. Whether you call a Gyani or a Bhakta, they don't crave for anything. So now, so that translation this Swami has done, Swami Prabhuvanandaji has done on page 23, by attaining it. It means capital it. Look at that. It is not it means any material. Or why it is it? Why any neuter gender? You cannot say it is he, it cannot say it is she. Though we use these words, it is not male, it is not female, it is not neuter, it is nothing. But why did you eat it? What to say then? I'll have to use something. Most usage will be, it will be neutral. So that devotion is the neuter gender. It, a man becomes perfect. A woman, whatever happens to the woman, there is no man or woman. It is a soul becomes perfect. And it becomes second, immortal. Then third, satisfied. What type of satisfaction? Forever satisfaction. Not that, as we say, oh, I am not going to eat tonight. I don't say that, others say. I have eaten good lunch. I eat good lunch, but I also eat night. But they are satisfied. I have ate so much, I cannot take anything tonight. No? Okay. But tomorrow morning, again that hankering comes. But you attain this bhakti, eat. Then no more desire. Oh, I'll have to get something more. Nothing, something more. It is saturated. So that state will come. The Sanskrit word siddha, which I have translated as become perfect, also means one who has occult powers. Hey, in an ordinary sense, Sanskrit word you can mean so many things. Siddha, that man is a siddha. Betal siddha. Pishacha siddha. That means there by performing certain ritual you gain some power. And that power, miraculous power. You can cure somebody, you can do something good, bad, whatever.
Pishachitta means they have the paid ghost. That ghost will work for you.
Yeah, Pishach, you have controlled some dead body, past soul, and have a control. And you have made him your slave. And you order, hey, go and do that. That Pishach will go and do things. The ghost control. Controlling a ghost controlling his activities. That means miracle. You want to do something, you go and do it. So he will do in a subtle body, he will go and do things like that for you. These are called in Siddha, another meaning of Siddha, which is called miracle. But Ramakrishna didn't like this miracle. We don't bring that meaning here. Don't bring why Swamiji is bringing, because in the normal in the society, Siddha means, oh, he's a Siddha man, means he has power, occult power. He can cure a disease, he can touch somebody and he can do some miraculous things. He can bring fruits, he can bring this. You want to see somebody, he can make some arrangement for guiding somebody. That means controlling the ghost or goblins like that. It is not that. The Sanskrit word siddha, which I have translated as being perfect, also means when one has occult powers. But this meaning is not applicable here. For a devotee or any true spiritual aspirant knows that though occult powers may come to him, even unsought, he must reject them, knowing them to be obstacle to the spiritual growth and attainment. Why it is spiritual growth and it is obstacle? Because if you become Siddha like that, as I gave you the example, there is one Siddha, he will have occult power. No. How occult power? That he will not look at you. Many people have come with some problems of their life, some disease, some is losing some job, like that. That man will be worshipping Mother Kali. I have seen that man. And he will be pulling his head up and down like that. And he gets into a trance mood. No? And then he will say, you came from San Francisco. This is your name. Take this flower and go. He will not look at that person. I am talking in Calcutta. I am put the San Francisco name. But it is they will say, in Belur Math, adjacent to Belur Math, there is one such Siddha person. And people, they don't come so much to my class. I used to give class, Sunday class. But it is full, packed up. Whole night they wait when this mood will come to this Baba, that gentleman, and he will go into that mood and he will give cure to everything. Whatever is little flower from mother, he will put this. You come from Hugli, your name is Mr. Such and Such, your problem is this, take this. We are not looking at that. So it is a power. So we are not meaning that type of power. Because
Siddha people cannot give you God realization.
no, they are not God realized. So Siddha people cannot give God realization because they are not themselves. They are bound with this power. People love me, people respect me. And then out of respect they will give money and they will make you mad after a few days. When you get name, fame and power, naturally you see most of the people, when they are not spiritual, they drown themselves. Have you seen in this country also many examples as such? Whenever you occult power, that's why Ramakrishna mission, Ramakrishna did not like it. Even we really, Sri Ramakrishna described it in a very ugly way, so that you have no attraction for this, of this siddhi. Why? Because it distracts you from your spiritual path. What will happen? You will feel that you are, people say, oh my God, he has cured me. Oh, he's such a person. So my friend also cured and this job he has got, this and that, in the court case have win, something like that. So you become his focus, not God. And then people pour their respect and money and wealth and naturally other all the negativities come with it. Many big souls get drowned into that. They cannot hold that energy, hold that, what you call the honor and achievements. So Ramakrishna did not like. So that's why, it is why it is an obstacle. Spiritual growth, it is an obstacle to the spiritual growth. That's why in our tradition there is one Swami here. That Swami, he didn't know himself. Because you do spiritual practice also, it may come to you. But anyone coming, someone told that Swami, this man, this boy, of our devotee's family. He was standing there and he fell down from the one floor to the other, ground floor, while inadvertently. But then he said, and I just been taken to hospital, 911 came and is bleeding, and he said, nothing will happen. And actually went to the hospital, nothing, only little bleeding has come, doctor said, get out. Another person was in the room, he fell down from the bed. And he said, oh, he fell down, he has little bump here and little bit in there. And, but, then, no. The Swami says, you don't know, it is very serious. And really, it became very serious. Like that, whatever he speaks sometimes about this, it becomes true. And then but this is Ramakrishna Mission Swami. So he then become careful. He then asked some senior Swami of our order, this I am saying so, it is, I do not know how it is happening, but it is happening. And people are coming to me for taking my words very seriously. And I am also afraid what comes out of my mouth, I do not know. If you say something and it happens, so people, because Swami said this, so it has happened. No. So then he said, go to Thakur and pray, oh Thakur, please take away this power. Huh? We will be happy. I am a powerful man. See, I can do this, I can do that. No? But this is the tradition. It is not, that siddhi is not ultimate. It is an obstacle because it makes you forget God. Name, fame, power, position, money, wealth, and all these nonsense things gradually slows down to that. We find that the great yogi Patanjali, the father of Indian yoga philosophy, after he has dealt with many occult powers that can be obtained by following certain practices of concentration, ends by emphatically pointing out that these powers in the worldly sense, these are powers in the worldly sense, no? But the greatest power is to overcome them. You get it, but you don't apply that. Ramakrishna could have done so many things. He did it sometimes. Also you will find that Sri Ramakrishna does not like miracle, but somebody came and cried and he touched. And that man is cured. But Sri Ramakrishna is getting tremendous suffering, pain, and because you have to take the sin, transfer, account transfer. If you transfer your account to someone, he becomes rich, but you become poor. And you don't become pure. Ramakrishna does not become poor spiritually, but it has a suffering part that goes to the body. That body was to suffer. Now you have taken away, this body will suffer. It's a rule. You have to take the burden. You transfer your burden into another car. That car will have to bear the burden, is it not? So this is the point. You are carrying something on your head. You say, no, Swami, give me. So you take it. So you'll have to, burden will come upon you. Huh? Not your spirit, but in a physical level, physical thing. So that's why the Ramakrishna also suffered. Holy Mother suffered. Sometimes she used to say, her feet will be burning like that. Somebody did some pranam, and she will be going like Thakur, washing the feet with Ganga water. So this Patanjali, the father of yoga philosophy, he said in the chapter of power, at the end said, these are these are powers for the worldly people that can give you strength, that can give you name, fame, and worldly position. But these are to be overcome, to reach the final samadhi. That's why, temptation. Do you hear about temptations? Christ, Buddha. What temptation means what? As if that is coming, pouring in them with huge quantity. You want what you want. All these I give it to you. You are reading Katha Upanishad. No? Nachiketa is giving what? Hey, you will get so much money, you want pleasure, you will be the emperor, you will have so many wives, children, what you want, you live for one life, 20 life, I'll give you everything. Don't ask for spirituality. No? Aye, that is the power. You renounce, so much will come. You want to give up, then more things come to test you. Are you capable of that? Spirituality is for strong people who can renounce. Therefore, there are so many temptations to lure the spiritual aspirant away from the path of God. The real meaning, therefore, is that when intense love for God arises in the heart of a man, yes, this book always man, 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 don't mind. Yeah? It is not for man. It is for anyone who seeks for spirituality. Indian books in old times, the society's condition, it was addressed to the men folks only. Uh, so arises in the heart of a man, he becomes perfect. To attain perfection means to realize oneness with God. What is perfection? That means you forget yourself. You get absorbed in the name of God, tune, 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 and you forget yourself. God only remains. That's the devotional way, Vedantic way, yogic way, Jivatma Paramatma. So Jivatma should be lost into Paramatma. Aham should be lost into Brahman. This you, the man, the sadhaka, or sadhika, the aspirant, should get lost into God, whom is ideal. Krishna, Rama, whatever is your ideal. Ma Kali. To attain perfection means to realize oneness with God, or to unfold the divinity which is already within man. As we read in the saying of Jesus, be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. No? All scriptures talk about that. Perfection, perfection. Everyday spiritual life is how you become more perfect, more perfect, more perfect. Imperfections are there. With our all characters of lives after lives, we have imbibed those. Now become perfect. More and more and more. Unfold, 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 till you become that perfect. The heaven referred to by Christ, we should always remember, is not outside, it's called within. The heaven, heaven is perfect. As your Father is in heaven. Father is in heaven, one is in your heart, who is in you, already seated there. He is perfect. So you become like that. You become one with it. Strictly speaking, this perfection is not something to be attained. You cannot attain that. It is already there. Therefore, for true being, the self, the Atman, is one with Brahman. Only ignorance covers the truth of God within us and obstructs our divine sight. Ignorance is the sense of ego, which arises through the identification of the capital self with the non-self. That is to say, by identifying one's self with the mind, senses and body. When the ego is dissolved, the indwelling God, the beloved, is realized as our very self. Just as through intense love, lover and beloved becomes one. This perfection is called also liberation. Another name of this perfection is liberation. Liberation from bondage, moksha, which means that when the bonds of ignorance have been cut asunder, a man not only attains freedom from all imperfections and limitations, but also from the law of karma and from birth and death. This, when you attain this bhakti, what will happen? No more karma will bind you because you are going beyond the law of karma. It is that ignorance is totally lost. Most explanation is Vedantic way. The law of karma, simply stated, means what? Means the law of cause and effect. What is karma? Karma means I did something good, you are reaping the result. You did something bad, you are suffering. That's the karma theory says. It is your doing, don't blame. You always blame. Because of him, because of her, because of this, I am suffering. It is a wrong interpretation. Because of my own karma, I am suffering. Why? I have done some time. Why it is coming to me? Out of thousands of people, why it is coming upon me? Why some person is having a good health? Why I am some health is not good? My karma, I did something, it is suffering going on through the body. How many people are getting COVID? How many people are getting COVID? And how many are getting cured? How many are dying? Who is deciding this factor? If you believe in karma theory, then you will have to see your karma.
Isn't it their mental vibration that is causing
Mental vibration?
Vibration
Whose?
is attracting that.
Mental vibration causing it. Yeah, yeah, don't think of bad of others. Then you are culling their thoughts. You are attracting magnet. Magnet attracts the needle? No. If you think good thought, good needles will be attracted. If you think bad thought, bad things will. Google, just you search one thing, you search one word, you see so many things parallel comes. And second time they know that you wanted that type of, even you search for something, they come back. See, what you call this modern Vedanta is this computer science is modern Vedanta. You see one, you want to see some dance, just click something, and you see your whole right side has come. All YouTube or some different videos have come. And now, next time you search for something else, 2, 3, 4 will come there. So whenever I push something and I see that there is Jagat Guru, now what Guru? Sadguru comes, Sarvapriyananda pops up, Swarupananda pops up. So because they are the similar type of thought. So similarly, we attract similar thoughts. So that is way our karma is built. Don't build your bad karmas anymore. If you think of anything negative, you bring your karma. You are pulling more karma from others. Because similar person will be attracted to you, or similar thought will be pulled into it. So that's why it is said, always think noble thoughts. And also prayer. Say, all thoughts, noble thoughts come from all direction to me. This is the law of causation. Works not only in the physical world, but also in the moral and mental world. We are talking about moral world and mental world. Quote, whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. This is the law. Our enjoyments and sufferings are the effects of our own karmas. Furthermore, the law of karma is closely connected with the law of reincarnation. Why is one born rich, another poor? One with great intellectual ability, another dull. One with beautifully formed body, another lame or blind. If this had been our first birth, then the Creator would be responsible for the differences in mankind. According to some Western philosophers, every child is born with a fund of knowledge, not with a blank mind. Even you don't believe rebirth, but this is to be believed that everyone is born with a fundamental knowledge, hidden knowledge, unmanifested knowledge. This knowledge they ascribe to heredity. They say, oh, it is coming from parents. No. But in India, it is believed to be made up of impressions obtained in previous lives. Thus, all are bound by this law of karma and reincarnation as long as they identify themselves with the false self, this choto, the small self, I, small I. That is the sense of ego. But when a man realizes his Atman, the great, his true self, he becomes freed from the law of karma and reincarnation. This is the teaching known as moksha, or liberation. What is moksha? Normal liberation, it means like that. We are from the wheel of birth and death. Why we are born? Because we have desire. Why we have desire? Because we have some karma. Why I am desiring this and you are desiring something? But because of my past karma inclination, that gives a direction. So, Vedanta is one way, gives this, that what is liberation? We want to get out of it. That's why Ramakrishna used to love this song. Judai te chai, kothai judai, kotha hote ashi, kotha bhese jai. Where do I come from? Where do I go? Why do I come again and again in the wheel of birth and death? Kyacho, who is there to help me? Please, please help me to get out of this cycle of birth and death. That's called the liberation. So perfect here means liberation. Another meaning. Perfect means no occult power. But to get out of all occult power also will be a bondage, because that will again keep me on hold. to the world and worldliness. We read in the Upanishad that for a man who has knowledge of his true self, for him the knot of ignorance in his heart is loosened and the doubts cease to exist. The effects of all deeds are exhausted. Kshiyante chasya karmani tasmin drishte varavare. Huh? So only when you see or realize the truth, then your knots of bondage gets cut into asunder. And the cycle of birth and death, karma, goes away. Such a man is known as Jivan Mukta, free while living on earth. In reality, the true self is unborn and undying. The following passages of Kathopanishad says, the self is the omniscient Lord. He is not born, he does not die, he is neither cease nor effect, cause nor effect. This ancient one is unborn, eternal, imperishable, so we know, soundless, formless, intangible, undying, tasteless, odorless, eternal. That is the nature of the Atman. That we know very much in our Kathopanishad. When a man is free from desire, his mind and senses purified, he holds the glory of the self and without any sorrow. So Kathopanishad says. Vivekananda expresses this idea. How? He said, as a man having a book in his hand, reads one page and turns it over, goes to the next page, reads that, turns it over, and so on. Yet it is the book that is being turned over, the pages that are revolving, and not he. He is where he is always. Even so, with the regard to the soul. The soul remains same. I am reading the book, pages are turned. The pages are turning, not me. The soul does not change. But this nature changes. That Swami Vivekananda continues, the whole nature is that book. As we see the whole nature, external nature, internal nature. Our internal nature, meanness, weakness, good quality, bad quality, that's the internal nature. External nature, this air, water, fire, all this external pollution is good, it's bad, everything. So these are the whole nature. That nature is the book which the soul is reading. Suppose inside us is one soul, is reading this nature. We are learning so many things, science, art, literature, history, psychology, philosophy. These are all reading the book. But who is reading? He is calm. He only sits. And nature turns the pages, as it were. Swamiji says, and that read, it is turned over and so on until the whole of the book is finished. And the soul becomes perfect, having got it, all experience of nature. Yet at the same time it is never moved, nor came, nor went. It was only gathering experiences. But it appears to us that we are moving. The earth is moving, yet we think that the sun is moving instead of the earth, which we know to be a mistake, a delusion of the senses. So is all this delusion that we are born and that we die, that we come or that we go. We neither come nor go, nor have we been born. For where is the soul to go? There is no place for it to go. Where is it not already? Atman is everywhere. So where he will go? Where he will come? So the Atman, the conscious self, is always witness. Nature is turning the pages. Whole life, our whole life is only checking with the nature. We see this, we see that every day. How many news, how many information we get? It is just one information, another. Pages and pages of nature is being turned, but who is observing? He is unturned. No? That is the Atman. Sri Ramakrishna used to make a pun on the word of a Siddha, which I have translated as becoming perfect and free while living. In Bengali, it is also another meaning, becoming boiled. So Sri Ramakrishna used to say, when a man becomes a Siddha, attains perfection or liberation, he becomes soft and tender like boiled potatoes and vegetables. Quote ends. That is to say, his heart melts in sympathy for his fellow being and becomes compassionate. So we have to understand, are we becoming spiritual? So we have to match with this. Hi, we have to see this, what he's saying. That is to say that you are becoming, say, perfected means what? Perfected is not a definition of something. But what he says, perfection means he becomes soft and tender, like boiled potatoes and vegetables, Thakur said. But that is to say, what does it mean? Swami Prabhupada says, his heart melts in sympathy for his fellow beings and becomes compassionate. So this is a chance to see, watch ourselves, what is going on here. Attaining which he becomes immortal, the second point. First point I said, so far discussion is going on what? Perfection. Siddho bhavati. Remember, Sanskrit word. Siddho bhavati. Perfect becomes perfect. No? Now comes amrito bhavati. The nectar becomes like nectar. What does it mean? Attaining which he also becomes immortal, amrito bhavati. What exactly is meant by immortality? What does it mean? Immortal means there exists a general misconception that immortality or eternal life is a continuation of life in time and space. Many religions think that I'll be again come like in the physical body. That's why we put under the ground and think that when Christ will come one day, all will come out the same body. He will be coming the same way, I will come the same body. Everyone come back out of the tomb, all in the physical body, like this. This flesh, bone, nose, ear.
At what age?
All young. All young. No old. All young. And that will continue forever. Right? That young will continue forever. So this is the concept of most crude idea of immortality. So, again, the Swamiji says, there exists a general misconception. What is the misconception? That immortality or eternal life is a continuation of life in time and space. It will be in time, immortal. You will be in time, 2020. You will be immortal in 2050. You will be, normally you have to die, but you will not die. 21, 20, you will live. In time you will stay. And in space, you will be living like in this space. Beautiful house, beautiful, and you are not to go for job or anything, get good food and this and that. It's a utopian concept of freedom, amrita, being nectar. Modern science proves conclusively the impossibility of complete annihilation. The very fact that a being or a thing exists implies a continuity of existence, though the existence may be in the different form and under different condition. Attaining immortality through the knowledge of the self capital or the indwelling God does not mean continuity of existence within time and space. The body will go. It is useless to think that body will continue. What will exist? That is already existing. That the conscious self, or we call God consciousness. It means realization that the self is undying and is beyond time-space. Similar doctrines held by all other great religions teach primarily the life of realization and perfection. The life of realization and perfection while one still lives in the world. For instance, what did Christ mean when he told his followers to come unto him, that in him they might find eternal life? Christ said, "Oh, ye come, I will give you eternal life." No? What does it mean? To come unto Christ or Brahman. This book will always make equal. Christ is equal to Brahman. Christ is equal to or Krishna is equal to Brahman. No two. To come unto Christ or Brahman means what? Is nothing but the coming into one's own divine self. And this self is beyond time, which, with space and 1,000 other conditions of human life, belongs only to the finite world and to those who are still not awakened to the higher self. It remains for us, no? Therefore, to come to Christ, to come to Krishna, to come to Brahman is the same, is nothing but the coming into one's own divine self. You come back to yourself, who you are. And this self is beyond, and this self which you are coming back, it is beyond time, space and position. So, which is space and thousand, is beyond time, and which is with space and 1,000 other conditions of human life, belongs only to the finite world and to those who are still not awakened. So these things remain for those who live in duality, those who are ignorant like us. For them is coming and going, this staying remains. But it is not, there is no coming and going. In our divine nature, where to go, where to come, if it is only one, if it is infinite. So infinite how will go? Where will he go? Infinite means what? By definition, infinite means what?
Everywhere.
It is nothing beyond. So if you become infinite, you come back to God and you touch that ground, then where to go? What to achieve? What to lose? That's why it is immortal. No, nothing mortal remains. Mortal thing remains in duality. Mortal thing remains in the time-space. Now by attaining it, a man becomes satisfied forever. No? Last part. So what type of satisfaction? Now they will talk about. Perhaps the best commentary on this point is to quote the words of Christ to the women of Samaria who comes to draw water from Jacob's well. What is said by Christ? Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. You come to this well and you drink water. Today you drink, you will be feeling thirst again. But whosoever drinketh the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But Christ gives the illumination. These are not talked about much. Miracle, miracle, miracle. But the essence of religion is this, giving this wisdom, knowledge. So what I can give you, that is, you will never thirst. But the water that I shall give him, shall never thirst, but the water that I shall give him shall be in him, a well of water springing up into the everlasting life. And that, what I will give, that itself shall be a well. That means a spring which will lead him to immortality. That means water spring up to everlasting life. What I give it to you means Christ said, when I give it to you, you drink the water of this well, in a hot summer, you will be coming again to fetch another jar full of water. Thirst will come again and again. All thirst will go away if you just drink what I am giving you. So that is the immortality. Okay? So, everlasting life. That is called the satisfied forever. So, jang labdhva puman siddho bhavati amrito bhavati and tripto bhavati. Siddha bhavati, one. Second point, amrito bhavati. Third point, tripta bhavati. Siddha, amrita, tripta. Siddha, amrita, tripta. Huh? So, done.
Perfection, mortality, and
Immortality.
satisfaction.
Perfection, immortality.
Perfection, mortality.
Mortality is not.
Immortality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you say mortality, we are already mortal. We don't need more mortality.
One question here, two questions here.
Okay, one question here. Now my time is up, 5:32. But let me see what is the question. I agree, prayer and noble thoughts very important. Yes, that's true. People with these powers think it is spiritual freedom to wield them as they will be, as they will, but it is only a faculty of the subtle body. Is this correct? Yeah, this is a subtle body means mind. Yes, these are all meant play of the mind. So these siddhis are not permanent. That is the point. Its effect does not remain all true. Suppose you go to a person who knows this, attain this power. So you go and he can touch you or give you the cure. Will you not die? That disease will go away. I have a cancer. If I go, some siddha, he can give something and I can be cured for cancer. True. But what happens? Does he become immortal? No. With some other reason he will die. Even there also intervention comes. No. Then what? Then also for some other reason he will die. So immortality is in the spirit, not in other thing. And mighty meditators, what is the best way to meditate on the true self? What is the best way how to meditate on the true self? Yeah, that your teacher will say, and he will also try to think of what is your goal. Think on that Satchidananda. Meditate on that means focus on that. What else to say? Mind will go not to God but to other things. Bring it back and push it there again and again. That is the meditation. Meditation we do not know actually. We use the meditation word because we say, but we do not know what it is. We always struggle with the mind. As I say, our mind either goes to sleep or goes to fight, run here and there. These are the two conditions. It is not meditation. It is called a struggle. Last two questions. Yeah. Back. Check, you take it. Some questions are still there in the other one. So, best way to meditate means day and night to think. Vedanta says you think of God, think of Atman, when you are walking, dreaming, whatever doing, that feel that presence of the consciousness inside, that type of thought, underlying thought should be connected that way. And that's called Sravana Manana. And then deep contemplation comes. But you can think of God in the form also. That's a আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে. Many times doubts and skepticism cover the mind and make us doubt all these things that scriptures and saints say. How to overcome this? That is true, doubt will come. That's why we read the book. The doubts will disappear when you see God, when you fall in love with that type of joy. But still, it does not come. But what to do? Whole gospel, Sri Ramakrishna teaches us, love God, love God, love God. Go to pray more, repeat the holy mantra, talk about God, instead of don't reduce the mundane talks of the worldly things and worldly talks. Be unselfish, serve others, try to sacrifice yourself. All this unfolds the inner nature. Our mind becomes purer. So this is a process of purification. There is no shortcut path, but the analyzing the truth, and to read the lives of the saints, that can help. If you read the lives of devotional saints, or in our tradition, read the life of the 16 disciples of Ramakrishna, or the men and women devotees, householders of Ramakrishna, their life, that can inspire us to move towards loving God more and more. And as we love God, then this confusion or these doubts will be gradually gone. Doubts don't go unless we realize God. ওই যে কি আছে, what is that verse? Shiyante sarva karmani tasmin dishte paravare. But what is the before? All the karmas will be cut, the knots of the bond will be cut asunder, the doubts will be free when you realize the truth. Before that, little doubt will always... Thank you. Chiddante hridaya granthi vidyante sarva sangs. Chiddante vidyante hridaya granthi chiddante sarva sangsayaha. Akshiyante chasya karmani tasmin drishte paravare. Tasmin means that. Drishte means if you see. What is that? Paro avaro, the supreme, beyond all dualities, no? Then, kshiyante sarva karmani, chiddante sarva sangsaya. Your all the doubts. Somebody as if taking a knife, a seizure is cutting up. Your all doubts are cut. There is no more doubt. As Ramakrishna, I saw God, I talked to mother. Naren says, no, it is a hallucination. What do you say? I talked to her. She tells me, you rascal, you say just, she is so living. So, undoubted. So I am seeing and talking to you. If someone says, are you hallucinating? No, I saw. So when that doubt, no doubt can stay there when you have a direct experience. So Vedanta called aparaksha anubhuti, direct experience. Then only this will go. Okay? And is unselfish service to our family and friends not the same as divine love? Yes. That is the practice. We will have to take that practice every day to see whatever we serve, I am serving God. That's the Bhakti Yoga teaches us. Whatever. Ramakrishna said that example, no? Even he said, that lady cannot say that I cannot concentrate on God. But why? But I have a nephew. What? Then Ramakrishna said, oh, nephew? Okay, serve the nephew. Bathe the nephew. Think that you are bathing Krishna. Bathing Krishna. Don't only your attitude is changed. Who is there? It is God. So try to impose that idea, purify that idea gradually, and doubt will go away.
And God means like that He belongs to all, not mine only.
First, mine is also good. Belongs to God, belongs to everyone is good. God belongs to everyone. But at the same time, God belongs to more. That's why gopis used to love God so intensely. Two ideas are there. There's also different expressions of love. God belongs, I belong to God. I am a small boy, child. God is my father, mother. Or I am the mother and father. The boy is a child, baby. Baby does not know. That's why Yashoda and others are running after the boy. Hey! And binding with a rope. Others will go and fall down somewhere and do naughty things. So I am the boss. He becomes. So he belongs to me. If I am in the shrine puja, if I don't raise him from bed, he will be sleeping. So I have to go. I cannot delay. And I have to give him food. It is being delayed in the lunch. He is not getting food today. No good food. Say, he belongs to me. I'll have to take care. He is the Lord of the world, is not question. Lord of the world, why are you to give little food this way? But it is, I am responsible. He is there, I'll have to feed him.
Then if that I is there, then how can you become selfless?
Oh, so that I...
Unselfish love you are talking about.
The unselfish love, that is pure love. For God, anything you do with God, that becomes unselfish. That is the major difference between human love. Human love and spiritual love, this is the difference. Anything you do for anybody, you may be caught into the trap of Maya. But anything you do for God, it releases all bondage. That's the uniqueness of the love of God. So that is unselfish. Anything we do for God or with godly attitude, then it does not bind. But when you forget God and do only the mundane relationship, mundane talk, you talk with God, not mundane things. You talk your ordinary talks because you have deep love. Then it is a spiritual talk. You are talking to God. Gopalisma. She didn't go to learn high philosophy. She used to say, "Oh my Gopala, please come, eat. It is too late. Come here, sit here. Let us go to take a bath. Don't go to swim too much. You will be drowned in the river. Don't go there." He's controlling. He's talking to him. Who understands? He's a crazy guy. Other people will think he's a crazy person. Okay, thank you all for having these great questions, and we'll meet again at 7:30, and that will be Nectar of Supreme Knowledge, Yoga Vasishta Sara. Hope to see you then again there. Okay? Thank you all. So we end with our last prayer as we do. What is that prayer? Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanam Astu. Jai Ma. Thank you.